Hello YouTube, this is Cedric Storm and I am going to show you my deck list for sort of like a Frankenstein warrior deck. So right off the bat we're starting off with 3 Amazoness Trainee. This card is absolutely amazing in this meta and it's a must have for 3 of. Next we obviously have, the crucial Command Knights that is like core in every warrior deck out there right now. And then after that, we have 2 Blade Knights. Unfortunately, I only own 2. I'm still looking for a third one, but actually playing this deck out, I only needed just 2, really. Then we have 1 Amazoness Woman to make for a total of 4 Amazoness Monsters. And then we have 2 Master Craftsman Gamil and 1 Spear Cerebral. So we have 3 hand traps for our deck. And then now I'm going to show you my spells and traps. So since we're playing Hidden Parasite, we obviously got to play Eradicating Aerosols. Hidden Parasite, once you activate it, everything on the field, monsters are now insects as long as they're face up, and then they're twice per turn. And now, this trap is crucial. Basically, as long as you control Amazoness monster, as long as you have 1 face up, you can just flip that baby right up. And then we run 3 kunais with chains. And then on our side deck, we have 2 Dust Tornadoes, 1 Gear for the Iron Knight, and then 2 Amazoness Swordsman, and on top of that, the Village. And if someone wanted to buy this deck, singles only, no taxes or anything, it's just pretty much $50. So this idea here is that when we side into game 2 or game 3, if I'm playing against a mirror match of Amazoness deck or tribal, I immediately side in the 2 extra Swordswoman and a Village. Or even against Skull Servants, their beater can go as high as 4,000 attacks. So just play a Village and Swordswoman and just stack 2, and usually it's GG from there. Dust Tornado and Gear Feed is good for burn decks and stall decks. Usually these side decks I make are usually for the meta I'm facing at. So right now it's mostly burn, warrior, and stuff like that. So this deck is really fine-tuned for that. Right here, I opened the 1 card that I needed, and it was the Flute. No, I'm just kidding, I never needed that card. I have like 20 of those. Yeah, so my record was 3-0, so I got first place. It was $5 entry fee. Everyone gets 1 pack for entering. So I had 4, so I'm gonna open it all in front of you guys. I wouldn't sell any of the super rares under $1. Usually they're $1 each. For the less common ones like those 2. Unfortunately here I also opened another super rare, and then got 6. Man, I already opened like 50 packs, and I still only got 1 ultra rare, which is the Gravekeeper Oracle. And then I'm actually kind of happy that I got Dark Magician Girl. She's actually best super rare to get out of all the super rares in OTS 1. So right now we're gonna go right into the gameplay. Yeah, I always like to go paper, so I just very hard stand on it. This is the exact list that I showed you. So this is just a replay of what's happening. This is an ideal hand, obviously. So damage step right away. I wanted to go into damage step and get 18 over him. So I take 3, yada yada. Here he makes the mistake. What he should have done was summon the Harpy Lady Sister 1, and then play the field spell, and then Egotist. So that way he doesn't have to destroy his own field spell. But this does play around on like Windstorm or other things, because if I wanted to play Windstorm, I would have to play it on the first Harpy Lady Sister upon as a Chain Link 2. Yeah, so that way only one of his monsters defense and his Harpy Lady Sister, which be summoned now, would be in attack position and would be able to kill my Amazoness Trainee. Unfortunately, I did not have any more Gamils or any other hand traps to use, so unfortunately I died there. So I draw. Well, first I take the damage, right? And then I draw. Now, This is Amazon's Arches. I just laid down, and you're gonna see why you never surrender at all during gameplay. You never show your emotions, nothing. So here, he makes the mistake of not attacking my monster. Nada. If he attacked, he would just immediately won the game. But off the top, I drew, traps, and my swordsman was in my hand, so I set those two in, and then I just go over him, and that's it. He pretty much loses from here on because there's not much else he can do. Thankfully, weird enough, he was scared of the middle trap, but he decides to destroy the right one, which is, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense to me in my head. So he attacks into my swordswoman, he loses 450, and then he takes the damage. And then I take 50 damage. Here I was just explaining to him that it's actually permanently. Usually cards that say you lose a certain amount of attack till the end phase, but this one doesn't stay at all. It just says that you lose permanently 500, and that's it. As long as that monster's on the field, it will lose its buff. So if it was face down or summoned to the graveyard, it will get its normal attack again. So now it's going to be game 2, and I decided to side in 2 Amazoness Swordsmen, a village for 1 spear, 1 Camille, and 1 Blade Knight. Reasoning is that it's because it's a mirror match, so if I'm able to get my village on the field and I can destroy his Amazoness monster, I'm able to summon my own from the deck. So this is really good in the mirror match, and getting 2 more Amazoness to the pool makes it even stronger to activate, more likely to activate my Amazoness Archer's trap. That's why here it's so important to wait till the damage step. Because if I just play kunai right now on the battle phase, maybe untacked decoration, he could have just immediately intercepted that, or even on the battle step, he would have intercepted my swordswoman, and I would have lost the kunai chain. I would not have been able to get over the Amazoness swordswoman, but because I kept it, I went to the damage step with the second one, and then I attacked with it. Because once you go to the damage step, that negates, not really negates, it just stops him from activating Spear Karibo. And once we both agree that we're going to the damage step, I play kunai, get 500 over him, then I take 500 damage, but his card goes to the bottom of the deck, and I get boost. So it's really important against a tribal deck that you want to kill their monster, even if it's going to crash, because it prevents them from getting a draw 2 if they have a Harpy Lady Sister 1 or some kind of Harpy Lady monster that they can summon at the same time with their swordswoman. Then that's just a huge hand advantage. So here he plays Amazoness Trainee, and then funny enough, I don't play around Windstorm because I'm like, I didn't see it last duel, so I'm like not really expecting it. So I'm like, okay, slightly punished. But good thing I had archers, and if I didn't do that, I actually would have been a really bad spot because he kills mine with kunai. That goes to the bottom of the deck. And then right there, he just concedes because you can see from his hand is just hell garbage. So that's pretty much how to play the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. What I'm planning to do is, usually I have 3 locals tournaments that I attend to, which is Monday, Thursdays, and Sundays. So usually each week on Sunday night, I'm going to open all the packs I've received over the week, tell you what my decks were played, what meta it was at locals, and whatnot. I will also be posting weekly on Mondays, either morning or night. They'll post it weeklies from there on, and it's going to usually be, maybe most of the time, 3 different decks, because I always like to fine-tune them for the meta that I expect. So this one is just for this video. I just wanted to test things out, see what my video style is and recording, stuff like that. So basically right now I'm just showing you these 4 packs I won. Usually I win more than 4 packs. This one local is just very tight, very what's the word? There's a word for stubborn, but like they don't want to give out the packs basically. I mean, like, usually if I go first place at my Mondays locals, that I usually win, like, easily 7+ packs just for getting first place. Usually it depends how many people go. Let's say, I don't know, maybe let's say 12 people. I would get, like, maybe easily 12+ packs. maybe like 20, like 15 packs. Usually it's a mix between OTS and regular Speed Duel packs. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll see you guys next week.